Good evening, my weary academics, and welcome to History to Sleep By, where we nerd out and conk out. If you enjoy calm, narrated history documentaries, or just need a reliable friend to help with restless nights, please subscribe, leave a like, and maybe share a comment about what's happening in your life. That way, you'll always find your way back to us. Now, let's begin tonight's journey. In the summer of 1779, the Hudson Highlands were a strategic focal point in the American Revolutionary War. The British held fortified posts at Stony Point and Verplank's Point, which stood as sentinels over the Hudson River, a vital artery for movement and supplies. Control of this river was crucial as it linked the northern and southern theaters of war. The Americans, aware of the significance, were keen to disrupt British control and secure their own supply routes. At Stony Point, a rocky peninsula jutted into the Hudson, creating a natural fortress. The British garrison there was under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Henry Johnson. His forces comprised several hundred men, including elements of the 17th Regiment of Foot and other units. The fortifications were formidable, with batteries positioned to command the river and the approach. The terrain itself was a challenge, with tidal flats and rocky outcrops, while the landward side was protected by abatis and other defenses. A narrow causeway provided the main approach, making any assault a daunting prospect. Brigadier General Anthony Wayne, known for his boldness, was chosen to lead the American assault. He commanded a specially selected force of light infantry, men picked for their agility and endurance. Wayne organized his troops into separate columns, each with a specific role in the attack. The plan was audacious, a night assault at low tide, with muskets unloaded to ensure silence. The emphasis was on the bayonet, a weapon of close combat, and a password was devised to identify friend from foe in the darkness. As the night of July 15th unfolded, the American forces moved silently over the flooded flats. The tide was low, and the moonlight provided just enough illumination to guide their way. Two flanking columns advanced, one on each side of the peninsula, aiming to penetrate the British defenses simultaneously. The element of surprise was crucial, and the Americans moved with determination. The British, though vigilant, were caught off guard. The American columns advanced steadily, overcoming the obstacles in their path. The abatis were breached, and the defenders found themselves engaged in fierce hand-to-hand combat. Wayne himself was wounded during the assault, but refused to relinquish command, urging his men forward with characteristic resolve. The battle was brief but intense. Within a short time, the Americans had captured the fort. The British resistance was spirited, but ultimately overwhelmed by the coordinated assault. The Americans took numerous prisoners, and the casualties on both sides were relatively light given the ferocity of the engagement. The captured artillery and supplies were a significant prize for the Americans, bolstering their resources. Following the capture, the Americans evacuated the position, demolishing what they could not carry. The British, recognizing the strategic importance of Stony Point, soon reoccupied the site. However, the American success had immediate effects on morale. It demonstrated the capability of the Continental Light Infantry and boosted confidence in their ability to execute complex operations. The capture of Stony Point was a testament to careful planning and execution. It showed that even well-fortified positions could be vulnerable to a determined assault. The operation was a bright spot in a challenging war, a reminder of the resilience and ingenuity of the American forces. As the night drew to a close, the echoes of the battle faded, leaving behind a legacy of courage and tactical brilliance. And so we drift away from the rocky shores of the Hudson, where history was made under the cover of night. As you settle into your own rest, let the calm of the river and the quiet bravery of those who fought there guide you into a peaceful sleep. Until next time, dear listeners, may your dreams be as bold and daring as the night assault on Stony Point. As the first light of dawn began to touch the horizon, the Hudson River shimmered softly, reflecting the early morning hues. The waters, once a silent witness to the night's daring endeavor, now appeared tranquil, as if the events of the previous hours were but a distant memory. The American forces, having secured their hard-won victory, moved with quiet efficiency. The soldiers, weary yet buoyed by their success, began to fortify their newly acquired position. Their movements were deliberate, each action a testament to the discipline instilled in them through months of rigorous training and shared hardship. The air was filled with the scent of the river and the earth, mingling with the faint traces of gunpowder that lingered from the night's conflict. The men worked in near silence, their voices hushed, as if to preserve the sanctity of the moment. They knew that their victory at Stony Point was not just a tactical gain, it was a symbol of hope and determination. It was a reminder that even in the face of adversity, their cause was just, and their resolve unbroken. As the sun climbed higher, its warmth began to dispel the lingering chill of the night. The landscape, once shrouded in shadows, revealed itself in the gentle light of day. The rocky promontory, with its strategic vantage, now stood as a beacon of American resilience. The soldiers, having secured their position, took a moment to rest, their thoughts drifting to loved ones far away. They knew that this victory, like so many others, was a step on a long and arduous path. Yet, in this moment, they allowed themselves a brief respite, a chance to savor the fruits of their labor. In the days that followed, the capture of Stony Point would resonate far beyond the banks of the Hudson. News of the victory spread through the colonies, igniting a spark of optimism among the people. It was a beacon of hope in a time of uncertainty, a testament to the courage and tenacity of those who fought for independence. The leaders of the American forces, mindful of the significance of this victory, used it to bolster morale and strengthen their resolve. The British, taken aback by the audacity of the night assault, were forced to reevaluate their strategies. They had underestimated the resolve of their opponents, a mistake that would not be easily repeated. The capture of Stony Point was a reminder that the American forces, though often outnumbered and outgunned, possessed an indomitable spirit. It was a lesson learned at a cost, one that would shape the course of the conflict in the months to come. As the days turned into weeks, the memory of the night assault lingered in the minds of those who had been there. The soldiers, now seasoned by their experiences, carried with them the lessons of Stony Point. They knew that their journey was far from over, that many challenges lay ahead. Yet they also knew that they had the strength and the courage to face whatever came their way. The river, ever constant, continued its journey, flowing steadily toward the sea. It carried with it the stories of those who had fought and struggled along its banks. The Hudson, a silent witness to history, held within its depths the echoes of the past. And so, as the sun set once more, casting a golden glow over the water, the cycle of day and night continued, a reminder of the passage of time and the enduring spirit of those who dared to dream of freedom. In the quiet moments of reflection, the soldiers and their leaders understood the significance of their actions. They knew that each victory, no matter how small, was a step toward a greater goal. It was a testament to their belief in a future where liberty and justice would prevail. As they looked out over the river, their hearts filled with hope. They knew that the path they had chosen, though fraught with peril, was the right one. And so, as the night once again enveloped the land, the soldiers settled into their rest, their dreams filled with visions of a brighter tomorrow. The river, with its gentle murmur, lulled them into a peaceful slumber, its waters carrying their hopes and dreams toward the horizon. In the stillness of the night, the legacy of Stony Point endured, a beacon of courage and determination that would guide them on their journey. As you two drift into sleep, let the calm of the river and the quiet strength of those who fought for freedom guide you into a restful night. May your dreams be filled with the same resolve and hope that carried them through the darkest of nights. As the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, the soldiers stirred from their sleep. The air was crisp and cool, the kind that invigorates the spirit and sharpens the senses. The river, a constant companion, glistened under the early morning sun, its surface a tapestry of shimmering gold and silver. The soldiers, though weary from their long journey, felt a renewed sense of purpose as they gathered their belongings and prepared to move forward. The land around them, once a silent witness to their struggles, now seemed to echo with the promise of new beginnings. The path ahead was uncertain, yet each step taken was was a testament to their unwavering resolve. The terrain, with its rolling hills and dense forests, was both a challenge and a comfort. It reminded them of home, of the familiar landscapes they had left behind in pursuit of a greater cause. As they marched, the rhythm of their footsteps became a soothing cadence, a reminder of their unity and shared mission. The camaraderie among them was palpable, a bond forged in the fires of adversity and strengthened by their common dreams. Throughout the day, the sun climbed higher in the sky, casting long shadows that danced playfully across the ground. The soldiers moved with a quiet determination, their eyes ever watchful, their senses attuned to the world around them. Birds sang in the trees, their melodies weaving through the air like a gentle lullaby. The rustle of leaves underfoot was a soft reminder of the life that thrived in this land, a testament to the resilience of nature and the enduring spirit of those who walked its paths. As the afternoon wore on, the soldiers paused to rest by a small brook that meandered through the forest. Its clear waters sparkled in the sunlight, inviting them to quench their thirst and refresh their weary bodies. They sat in companionable silence, the gentle babble of the brook a soothing balm to their tired minds. The world seemed to hold its breath, the tranquility of the moment wrapping around them like a warm embrace. In these quiet interludes, they found solace and strength, a reminder of the peace they fought so hard to secure. With the sun beginning its descent, casting a warm glow over the landscape, the soldiers resumed their journey. The sky transformed into a canvas of vibrant colors, a breathtaking display that filled them with awe and wonder. It was as if the heavens themselves were offering a blessing, a sign that their efforts were not in vain. The beauty of the world around them served as a poignant reminder of what they were striving to protect, a legacy of freedom and hope for future generations. As evening approached, the soldiers reached a clearing where they would make camp for the night. The fire they built crackled and popped, its flickering flames casting a soft light that danced across their faces. They gathered around, sharing stories and laughter, their voices a gentle murmur against the backdrop of the night. The camaraderie they shared was a source of comfort and strength, a reminder that they were not alone in their journey. The stars began to appear, one by one, in the darkening sky, their twinkling lights a celestial tapestry that stretched endlessly above. The soldiers lay back, gazing up at the vast expanse, their thoughts drifting to loved ones far away. The night was calm, the air filled with the soft sounds of nature settling into slumber. The river, ever present, flowed quietly in the distance, its gentle song a lullaby that eased them into a peaceful rest. In the quiet of the night, the legacy of their journey continued to unfold. Each step they took was a testament to their courage and determination, a reflection of the hopes and dreams that carried them forward. As they drifted into sleep, the world around them seemed to hold its breath, cradling them in its gentle embrace. The path they had chosen, though difficult, was one of purpose and promise, a journey toward a brighter tomorrow. As you too find your way into slumber, let the calm of the night and the quiet strength of those who walked before you guide your dreams. May you find peace and solace in the knowledge that you are part of a greater story, one of hope, courage, and enduring spirit. Let the gentle murmur of the river and the soft glow of the stars above lull you into a restful sleep where dreams of a brighter future await. The river's gentle murmur continued its soothing song, a timeless melody that had accompanied countless travelers before them. Its waters, ever flowing, carried with them stories of old, whispered secrets of the land, and promises of new beginnings. The stars above, steadfast in their silent vigil, twinkled softly, casting a gentle light upon the earth below. They seemed to speak of constancy and faith, of the enduring nature of the universe, and the small yet significant role each soul plays within it. As the night deepened, a cool breeze rustled through the leaves, carrying with it the scent of earth and distant rain. It was a reminder of the cycles of nature, of the ebb and flow of life that mirrored their own journey. The travelers, nestled in their makeshift camp, felt the embrace of the night wrap around them like a comforting blanket. Their dreams, woven with threads of hope and memory, danced lightly in the quiet of the night. In the stillness, the sounds of the forest began to weave their own lullaby. The soft hoot of an owl, the distant call of a night bird, and the gentle rustle of small creatures moving through the underbrush all contributed to the symphony of the night. Each sound was a note in a song that had been sung for centuries, a testament to the enduring life that thrived in the shadows. As they slept, the travelers were unaware of the quiet guardianship of the night. The moon, in its serene glow, watched over them, its light a beacon of tranquility. It bathed the landscape in a silvery sheen, turning the ordinary into something magical, something otherworldly. The moon's presence was a gentle reminder of the vastness of the universe, of the mysteries that lay beyond the reach of human understanding. In dreams, the travelers found themselves walking paths of memory and imagination. They revisited places of the past, spoke with loved ones long gone, and envisioned futures yet to be. Dreams, with their boundless possibilities, offered solace and inspiration, a place where the burdens of the waking world could be set aside, if only for a time. The night wore on, each hour bringing with it a deeper sense of peace. The world seemed to breathe in harmony, a gentle rhythm that matched the steady rise and fall of their chests. It was a moment suspended in time, a brief respite from the challenges that lay ahead. In this sacred space, they were free to simply be, to exist without the weight of expectation or fear. As dawn approached, the first light of day began to creep over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold. The stars, having kept their vigil, began to fade, their light giving way to the promise of a new day. The river, ever faithful, continued its journey, its waters catching the first rays of sunlight and reflecting them back in a dazzling display. Slowly, the travelers stirred, awakened by the gentle touch of morning. The world around them was transformed, the night having given way to a day full of potential and promise. They rose with a renewed sense of purpose, their hearts buoyed by the dreams of the night and the beauty of the dawn. The path that lay before them, though still uncertain, was one they were ready to face with courage and hope. As they prepared to continue their journey, they took a moment to appreciate the simple beauty of the world around them. The song of the river, the whisper of the wind, and the warmth of the rising sun were reminders of the interconnectedness of all things. In that moment, they felt a profound sense of gratitude, not only for the journey they were on, but for the opportunity to be a part of something greater than themselves. With spirits uplifted, they set out once more, their steps guided by the lessons of the past and the dreams of the night. The path ahead, though unknown, was one they would walk with determination and grace. The world, with all its wonders and mysteries, awaited them, and they were ready to embrace it with open hearts and minds. As you drift into sleep, let the gentle rhythm of the night guide you. Feel the peace of the world around you, the quiet strength of those who have walked before you. Know that you are part of a story that is ever unfolding, a tapestry of dreams and hopes, woven together by the hands of time. May your dreams be filled with light and love, and may you awaken with a heart full of hope and a spirit ready to embrace the dawn. In the soft glow of the early morning, a gentle mist clung to the earth, wrapping the world in a silken veil. The air was cool and carried the scent of dew-kissed grass and blooming wildflowers. Birds began their morning chorus, their songs weaving through the trees, a symphony of nature awakening to the new day. The travelers, refreshed by their rest, moved quietly, their footsteps barely disturbing the tranquility of the dawn. As they walked, the landscape around them began to change, revealing rolling hills that stretched into the distance. Each hill was a gentle rise, a promise of new vistas and unseen paths. The sun, a golden orb on the horizon, slowly ascended, casting long shadows that danced across the fields. The light was warm and inviting, a gentle reminder of the beauty that lay in each moment. In the distance, a small village appeared, nestled in a valley, its rooftops peeking through the morning mist. Smoke curled lazily from chimneys, a sign of life and warmth within. The travelers, drawn by the promise of companionship and stories, made their way toward it. As they approached, the sounds of daily life grew clearer. The rhythmic clatter of a blacksmith's hammer, the laughter of children at play, the soft murmur of voices sharing the news of the day. The village was a tapestry of colors and textures, its buildings crafted from stone and wood, each one unique yet part of a harmonious whole. Gardens burst with flowers and herbs, their scents mingling in the air, a fragrant bouquet that spoke of care and cultivation. The villagers greeted the newcomers with smiles and nods, their faces open and welcoming, a testament to the bonds of community and the kindness of strangers. In the heart of the village stood an ancient oak, its branches spreading wide, offering shade and shelter. Beneath its boughs, a gathering of elders sat, their eyes bright with wisdom and stories untold. The travelers joined them, eager to listen and learn, to share in the rich tapestry of tales that had been passed down through generations. The elders spoke of times long past, of heroes and legends, of struggles and triumphs. Their words painted vivid pictures, bringing to life the history of the land and its people. Each story was a thread in the fabric of the village, a reminder of the strength and resilience that had carried them through the years. The travelers listened, their hearts touched by the depth of the stories, their spirits lifted by the courage and hope that resonated in each tale. As the sun climbed higher, the village came alive with activity. The market square bustled with vendors and shoppers, the air filled with the lively chatter of bargaining and greetings. Stalls overflowed with fresh produce, handmade crafts, and treasures from distant lands. The travelers wandered through the market, their senses delighted by the vibrant colors and enticing aromas. In the midst of the market, a musician played a lilting melody on a wooden flute, the notes rising and falling like the gentle waves of a distant sea. The music was a balm to the soul, a reminder of the beauty that could be found in the simplest of things. The travelers paused to listen, their hearts lifted by the melody, their minds drifting on the currents of sound. As the day wore on, the travelers found themselves drawn to the village's edge, where fields of golden wheat swayed in the breeze. The land stretched out before them, a patchwork of crops and meadows, a testament to the hard work and dedication of those who tended it. The sun, now high in the sky, bathed the fields in a warm glow, its light dancing across the grains like 1,000 tiny stars. The travelers walked among the fields, their hands brushing against the ripening wheat, their hearts filled with gratitude for the abundance of the earth. They marveled at the harmony of nature, the way each element worked in concert to create a world of such beauty and balance. It was a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate web of life that bound them to the land and to each other. As the afternoon sun began its descent, casting a golden hue over the village, the travelers returned to the heart of the community. They gathered once more beneath the ancient oak, sharing stories of their own, tales of distant lands and adventures yet to come. The villagers listened with rapt attention, their imaginations kindled by the promise of new horizons and the allure of the unknown. As the day drew to a close, the village prepared for the evening's festivities. Lanterns were lit, casting a warm glow that danced across the cobblestones, a beacon of light in the gathering dusk. The travelers joined in the celebration, their hearts open to the joy and camaraderie that filled the air. Music and laughter echoed through the night, a testament to the enduring spirit of community and the bonds that held them together. As the stars appeared, twinkling like diamonds in the velvet sky, the travelers found a quiet spot beneath the oak, their hearts full of the day's experiences. They lay back, gazing up at the vast expanse above, each star a reminder of the infinite possibilities that awaited them. In the stillness of the night, they felt a deep sense of peace, a connection to the world and to each other that transcended time and place. And as they drifted into sleep, the gentle rhythm of the night cradled them, a lullaby of dreams and hopes, a promise of new beginnings and endless adventures. The world, with all its wonders and mysteries, lay before them, a tapestry of light and love, woven together by the hands of time.